Hey, hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Cynthia. Welcome, thank you for being here. Let's see, had an impulse to do a reading that I've never done before, kind of an idea that came to me when I was in that liminal space last night between being asleep all the way and being awake. And you should always pay attention to the impressions and ideas and things that come to you at that time, because it's when your mind is at its most powerful, when the veil between your conscious and subconscious mind kind of goes away, and a lot of your inspired ideas will come through that veil right at that time. I learned that from my old supervisor, who was a licensed clinical social worker long before I was. He really believed in me, though. He was a great mentor as well as a supervisor, and he's the one that told me that, like, the kinds of impressions that you see and feel and hear and think and know at that time are important, and you should always pay attention to them. And so this was a cool idea. I really liked it. It was an idea, it just said do an angels and demons reading. And I thought that's kind of cool, an angels and demons reading. What would that look like? And I have an idea just based on a couple cards here. This deck is an oracle deck that's based a lot on like the idea of the archangels and the heavenly, like, white light, divine light, light worker type theme, right? Is this oracle deck. And then this one here, which I've been using a lot lately and you probably recognize, is the horror movie Oracle. And so we're going to do like a what's in the light and what's in the dark of the matter, what the angels and demons of this situation, whatever it is for the collective. So let's get into it. Let's do this. And we'll see what comes out for what you need to know in this collective of people. For this angels and demons reading here. So I guess first what I'll do is lay out the angels and then we'll lay out the demons. I hope you're doing well out there. I've been trying to do a live stream every Friday night. So far, that's the plan for tomorrow night, is that I'll have an upload in the morning plus a live stream in the evening. So catch that if you like live streams. I try to interact with the chat, and I've been answering questions for people just for free, but it's important to know that I don't know how long. Like, if my channel ever grows really big and I'm doing live streams, that won't really be practical anymore to answer people's questions in the live. But for now, I'm enjoying doing it. So that's an option for now, is that you might be able to ask a question and get a specific layout for your situation for free, which is kind of a nice perk about sitting in for a live. And even if you don't ask a question, the lives, I've been averaging between like 60 and 100 people tuning in for the live, and so that's a great opportunity to get more of a honed in kind of energy where you might get a lot of specific information for your situation and not even need to, ask a question, right? It might just come out. So let's do it. What's up, angels and demons, for the current situation? What are the angels and what are the demons in your current situation? Here's me trying to keep learning to do this shuffle. I'm getting a little better. Look at that. It's like some days I've got the feel for it and can remember all the moves that I need to keep a loose grip, that I need to feed the shuffle somewhat with my thumb, but I don't always remember to do that. It's so funny how have to teach yourself and train yourself a technique like this. You just see readers doing it, and it's just like, how did they learn? Did they sit and have to do this like me? Like, I've been practicing this for a little while now, and I'm still not really that good, so. But I'm assuming that I'll get there at some point, that I'll be able to do a reading just based on flyers if I want. Like, I don't really read flyers. I'm more of a layouts person. See, I still don't really have it all the way down. All right, let's just get these last 3 cards out here. All right, this is intriguing. So we've got the Deep, Dinner, Help Me, and Lies. And it looks like the movies are They Live, The Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Jaws. So that's kind of cool. A shark, a psycho, madman, a demon, and a corrupt government, like the Illuminati type situation, right? And then for the angels, oops, of the situation, we have strength, awakening, joy, and here and now. One thing that's striking me about this column here for here and now and Jaws, I mean, Jaws was a very clear and present danger to the men, but they went out there with the intent of catching Jaws, right? But one thing I never thought about, and it's really highlighted here in this card, is the name of the boat, the wood boat that they take out to get Jaws. It's named the Orca, and orcas are really considered wise akashic record holder type spirits and energies, right? They're very, in fact, there's a really beautiful story that happened it's been about 7 years ago now, where a really prominent, I don't know if he was a chief or just a very prominent tribal member from up around the peninsula, the Olympic Peninsula, his ashes were being moved, and they were being moved over water via a ferry, and out of nowhere this school of orcas came up and accompanied the ferry the whole way, as if they were accompanying him as a spirit, out of regard and out of respect for this deceased elder, this native person up there. So there's something to that about the here and now orca energy. This figure here is praying, so there's something about your akashic records possibly, or the ancestors that are involved in helping you navigate something that's a very clear and present danger to you. In this case, in this example, it's Jaws, right? I mean, you didn't want to fuck around with Jaws, that's for sure. I'm going to read this card's description in the reverse too. Oops. No better way to get your feet wet than to dive right in. So being here in the present moment is very important, and you're being asked to move in the way that is needed in the present moment, and don't be too worried about the past or the future. You have access to your akashic records, wisdom, right, to do this, whether that's through divination work, through powerful dreams that you're having. There's something happening that's like predestined for you, and that your spirit team or your guides, or whatever you want to call that God, are guiding you through kind of a clear and present danger. This column here is joy, and then dinner in the reverse. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre and joy. So that's definitely an angel and demon type theme. So Dinner, 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 dinner. What does dinner say in the reverse? Variety is the spice of life. So mixing things up and accessing the variety and your options in life are going to be the key to your joy. So you might not want to get pinned down to any one approach to these situations. As you navigate your way through, you're being protected through whatever clear and present danger you're up against. In this case, like an example, like what's your personal jaws? What's your personal great white shark that you're having to take on and face straight up, right? Like they realized, if we want to deal with Jaws, we're going to have to go out and find and capture and kill Jaws. Okay, that was their thing. They were dealing with it on a very present, it's for the future, but for now, this is what we have to do. Even though we're scared, we have to go do it. What's striking me here is that part of the answer to accessing the joy that you're working towards is to be willing to be fluid and go with variety and not pin yourself down to one solution or one approach to dealing with a situation here. Maybe you want to look closely at how sausage is made. If you make a steady diet of the brain stunningly awful aspects of life around us through the news, social interactions, interpersonal conflicts, you're sure to find what you're feeding yourself is actually all consuming. Don't let it eat you up. Yeah. So be willing to pivot, be willing to move, be fluid, be flexible, be willing to change and pivot as the situation demands, right? And that's going to be the way to access joy. The next column is awakening, and help me with the exorcist theme here. So spiritual awakening is in play here to the point that you are fairly ascended and have done a lot of your awakening process already, which is kind of why you have access to this higher wisdom, of being able to access something of a higher law, even in the present moment, to make your decisions and pivot, whether that's your intuition, some form of divination, or whatever. You're pretty far along this path. Have faith in others, ask for help. So you don't have to do it alone. And that's often what happens when you're going through a spiritual awakening. You spend a lot of time alone processing what you're experiencing. And this is saying here, now it's time to start bringing in other people. It can be really hard to ask for help, especially when struggling. We may even act outwardly as though help is the last thing we want or need, or resort to awful behavior to repel those coming to our aid. But a cry for help can reveal itself even while unspoken if those around you can read the signs. Have faith in the people around you and ask for help. And this includes from your guides, right? From the intuitive hunches that have led you to this point now. You can trust them. You can trust that you're not walking this path alone. You have spiritual guidance. You have your own wisdom and your own willingness to pivot and recognize that you have a variety of options of how you can confront a present danger like this, right? Including asking for help from people who love and care about you and want to help you. And finally, we have strength here, and then lies. So lies in the reverse is, what role might you play in the current arrangement? In dark times, it can feel like everything is built upon a web of lies, with even simple social interactions dependent on strategic hiding of the truth. But the reality of the situation may be right in front of us if only we are able to see things as they are. It can feel right to resist a radical change in perspective. We may even fight it. What role might you play in the current situation? You're going to have to be strong while you see this through to the end of this dangerous scenario. It's like you're right in the thick of it right now. But the fact is that you play a role in that you've got the wisdom, the insight, and the capability to pivot. You've got multiple strengths and skills spiritually that you can draw from. And you've got help around you from people that love and care about you and that may admire you. So very interesting so far. This is an interesting start to this angels and demons theme here. Let me get some incense going. Got some cedar, myrrh, copal, and juniper berries in there. What else to these angels and demons? You've got spiritual guidance to meet the clear and present danger. The way towards happiness is to be open to a variety of different approaches to finally bring this to a completion. Maybe the lone wolf time of your spiritual awakening is not appropriate right now, and you need to remember to tap your resources for support from people and guides and situations that love and affirm you. And then it's taking your strength to focus on and remember what role you play in creating any potential obstacles for yourself as well. What else? You can trust this. You can trust that you're strong enough to get through this, and that you can trust yourself as well to handle what you're dealing with. Speak up, like it's saying, and ask for help. Sing to clear your throat chakra and lift your spirits, as well as speak your truth to others who may be able to help you. Listen to your heartbeat and follow your own sort of wisdom here and your own willingness to access a variety of options. And that comes to you by listening to your own heart, right? And following your own path to joy. Triangulation is impacting the relationship. So this is the clear and present danger, is that there's some type of triangulation that's impacting your relationship in whatever situation. We're going to get into it now. So what is the dilemma here? What is the clear and present danger that you're working through? You've got the theme of asking for help. If we're speaking of angels and demons, that could be asking for literal help from a priest or a priestess, or some other type of spiritual leader or practitioner that can help you. You don't have to do it all alone. You can trust that you have the strength to get through it, whatever it is. The devil on the split, so that's very interesting. This has something to do with the triangulation. There might be some type of dark triangle here, like with a person who's got the dark triad of personality traits or something that make them a devilish type person, not a good person to be involved in, at least in or embroiled in a triangle with. But let's just see. A choice coming up for you about a lover from the past. It might be a Knight of Wands. It might be someone who kind of played with your heart in the past. And it's got you fairly in your mind. You're very worried. You're not sure about the choice. Let's just see. But I have a feeling that this person's coming back around. But in the past, they may have played you, or you may have felt used or abandoned in some way by this person. A Knight of Wands is often someone who's very interested in a physical encounter, but isn't interested in anything long term. And it might have been that this person hurt you, but let's see. Let's just keep going. Yeah, you've gotten caught up and suspended in this dynamic of this triangle, and this is a dark third party here. It's a Queen of Cups in the reverse, which is not very pretty to deal with. It's an emotional manipulator, right? It's somebody who uses emotional manipulation, like being a martyr, playing on codependency, playing on someone's addictions in a toxic way to get their needs met. It's not a good, an emotionally manipulative feminine energy is not a good energy to be embroiled in a triangle with. And here she's showing up like this devil Okay, so it doesn't have to be literally a female, right? We say that all the time, but it's important to keep reminding ourselves of that. It could be a masculine that's in this sort of toxic feminine energy. Emotional manipulation, head games, mind games. It could even be spell work, although that would strike me more as a Queen of Wands in reverse. But here it's someone who uses the water element in a manipulative way, okay? They've brought a lot of conflict to your situation to the point that you've gotten caught up and suspended in something that has you feeling pretty powerless for a while. You're not powerless, though. You have help around you. You're strong enough to get through it. You can trust your impressions and your instincts, and you can trust your own inner knowing about this toxic situation. You were right. You had this person pegged, and it turns out you were right. You can trust yourself. This person is who you think they are. They're in devil energy. They're being highly manipulative. I'm not sure who the other party is in the triangle, if it's the Knight of Wands or what, but we'll see. So your shadow wants you to get away. Your shadow's like, I don't like what's happening here. Let's walk away. It's interesting, though, that it's in the shadow position. It could be like an inner child. That could be a healthy instinct that your shadow's trying to caution you that something about this isn't right, and we should probably walk away from it. I don't know, though. What's the Eight of Cups here? There's illusion present. Around an apology and a gesture that someone's going to make towards you. It may not be sincere. It might be a manipulation. It might be a further manipulation tactic to get you back under their coercive control or something. What about this King of Pentacles? Is this you, or are you a King of Pentacles here? Who's the king? I don't understand. I'm not understanding this yet. Since it looks like this is some kind of a love triangle, or it could be that it's a different kind of triangle. Maybe that's why I'm not understanding. Who are the players here, Spirit? What is this about? What is this triangle involve? Does it involve love? Because the King of Pentacles was clarified by the Page of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Chariot. And the Chariot is really a different energy than the Four of Swords. Nostalgia again, past lover. So there's definitely someone from your past involved in this triangle. There's karma, which we talked about, this third party in the triangle. There's suffering present. Karmic drama again. This is this conflict that's been brought into your life via this triangle that your shadow is like, just get out of here. Get away from this drama. It's creating a lot of suffering in their lives and it's spilling over into your life, and you don't want any part of that. It's happened at the workplace, which is interesting. And there's been a lie. So it might not be love. It might be that somebody's been lying about you at work. Creating a smear campaign about you at work. What's the Chariot? What's the Chariot here? It might be that someone's trying to slow down your success at work, like take a promotion from you. That's kind of making sense with those 3 clarifying cards. You're this King of Pentacles, and someone has been watching and trying to interfere in some way in your success at work and your growth at work. You've got the wisdom and the skill to be doing the work that you're doing and being on the rise that you're on in terms of your success, especially if you're this King of Pentacles. You can trust that you're strong enough to get through it, that it's not going to destroy your career, that it's not going to ruin your reputation, right? That it's not going to cause suffering much longer. Yeah, the Chariot is a card of healing. So you're, in this case, because the Temperance card is clarifying it, so you're well on your way and you've already been healing. You're not interested in this kind of drama. You are not voluntarily a part of this triangle. You got caught up in this triangle somehow of conflict, and you want very little to do with it. You're having trouble because you're going to have a choice here coming up about what to do as things even out into a more balanced situation where you're giving back and getting again in equal measure in your work and in your career. Your success also involves healing. So you might be a healing professional. You might be a helping professional like a therapist or a counselor or a nurse, or you might be another reader. You might be like a spiritualist, right? But in any case, this person isn't going to succeed in slowing you down. You can trust that you're strong enough and are going to succeed regardless of how this got you caught up. It sounds like what you're not sure about is the choice to make, what choice to make. You're healing your material situation. What's the choice? The Tower and the Knight of Pentacles, when I split the deck, what's the choice? The Tower and the Ace of Swords. What is the choice here? The Ace of Swords and the King of Wands. What's your choice about? What's the choice? Ten of Pentacles. This is definitely having to do with your material world, your work, your security. Strength again. You're strong enough to keep succeeding in your work. It's bringing you into a King of Pentacles status. You've already planted all the seeds. We've got 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is a really good sign. So whatever this person was trying to do, whatever deceit and conflict they were trying to sow in your work situation and for your money and for your stability and security and healing is not working. You've successfully and strongly gotten through this. You've shown a lot of strength in this situation, and you've listened to your own instincts about how to deal with this, and it's serving you very well because your strength is carrying you right through this whole situation. Your choice is going to be about whether to work with this Emperor or not. Or to just stand your ground and keep going it alone. That's what the choice is going to be. So this is very interesting and involved. So there's somebody that wants to work with you, build with you, grow with you, have some type of material success with you. There's somebody else involved that was trying to stop that from happening. They aren't succeeding because you're coming into a space of equal give and take. So you might have really been having to push through, be strong, keep going. This person's energy and toxicity that they were sending your way might have been working for a while, but you've been very strong and you're getting through it. And now there's going to be a choice to make about whether to work with this person who wants to work with you. They're an Emperor. I want to know now about the choice. Let's do a layout especially about the choice here. What's the choice involve? It involves working with this Emperor or not, and you're very in your head about it and not so sure. It may be that in the past they showed up like a Knight of Wands, but I don't really know. And now they're coming back like an Emperor. We're not sure. What is this? What does the choice involve? What does the choice involve? It's definitely a judgment day, so that's probably why you're a little bit stressed out right now, is because the choice is here. There's no more like wondering or waiting or trying to figure out when or if you're going to have to make the choice. It's happening. It's a judgment day right now. Here's the triangle again. 3 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. The Moon. And the King of Swords. So keep your hope alive. That's your strength. You've kept hope alive. You've kept following the guiding light of the star here, which is also your own heartbeat and your spirit team and your guides. You've been following your destined path. You've been listening to a higher calling. You've still got hope for something happening here, and that's what the choice is involving. There's some illusion present that was created by this triangle situation. Some illusion was created here. Maybe the illusion was created that this person, this Knight of Pentacles, is, I don't know who the Knight is, but he's been here twice now, so let's just see here. You're wondering if you're seeing clearly at times. And you're wondering if you have the patience and the right mindset to get through this. You're feeling burdened and ungrateful at times because it's been such a clusterfuck. It's inhibiting your clarity. You're not seeing clearly at points because of this. You've been very strong though, so I want to really make that clear. But there's illusion present, and it might be because this third party created it, okay? The choice has been about whether to be... What is the choice? I'm still not clear on it. Who's the Knight of Pentacles? So now we have an Ace of Wands on the split. This third party has tried to steal your work and steal this journey from you. It's like it's like a theft of seeing what you have. Somehow this person knows that about you and the possibility that you're going to be working with this other person here. This Knight of Pentacles, this King of Swords. They're that's the illusion that they've created, is that this person's never going to show up for you, that they're never going to want to be with you, that it's, I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did to convince you, but they've created this convincing illusion that your joy with an Emperor is never going to come here. But in the facts position is this King of Swords. So who's the King of Swords? It's him. It's all these knights are being all these masculines here, this Knight of Wands, this King of Swords, it's the Emperor. There's been a lot of illusion created though. You've maintained the hope though, and that's been part of your strength. But you keep thinking, this must be stupid of me. Like you're not trusting yourself. That's what's going on, because this third party possibly has also created so much illusion that you can't tell what's real at points. It's coming through really clearly now. Where the energy is headed is towards justice and out of this triangle. You've got help if you need it. You can continue to trust your own heartbeat, right? you had to just continue to surrender to this process, because your goal was not to be embroiled in this triangle, but to step out of it and be like, I don't compete. Whether that's for recognition that I'm a King of Pentacles, or that I need to be paid accordingly or whatever, because work is highly aspected here too. It's not as much, it hasn't shown up as much of a love reading as it has shown up a lot of toxicity and drama created at work, but it might have been a love triangle at work. That's kind of what I'm getting here. You surrendered to the whole process and just allowed yourself to be transformed by, like, well, this is a shit show. I'm not going to be embroiled in a triangle and competing and involved with this sort of karmic behavior. You're a healer, so that's kind of stuff is not what you're about, is what I'm picking up here. What's interesting, though, is that by your surrendering and being willing to let go and drop the rope and be like, I don't be in this triangle, now the opportunity is coming for you, because you're not someone who's like, choose me, and working overtime trying to, get this man away from you or whatever. You're like, hey, fine, take him. If you guys want to be together, great. Like, I'm sad about it. I got my heart broken. I think it's a mistake. I don't think he should be with you. I think he's better with me, right? You may have thought all those things privately, but you just went about your own life because you're not a pick-me, because you're a temperance angel, because you're a healer, because you're connected to your akashic records, right? Because you're not someone who's involved in a bunch of karmic drama and fuckery. You're not interested in stuff like that. That's why this Ace of Wands is now going to be coming for you. This person didn't do anything but do a lot of overtime work to try to stop you, and it all failed. It all failed. Justice. What's justice here? Yeah, here comes this person. This person's going to come to you and make a love offer. And you may already be intuiting this, and that's why you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do, because you don't want any part of this triangle. Judgment Day. Judgment night. For this third party. They're going down. All of their work was in vain. All their work was in vain. They're going to have to deal with their own demons here. Their whole effort here failed. What I'm picking up on is not only did they try to make you doubt your person, they put doubt in the mind of your person. They created all this illusion that maybe you were stealing their work. They did a lot of fuckery. They're a devil energy, okay? And devil not in the good sense. They're in like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep this man, and I'm going to do, or woman or whatever, right? And I don't care who gets hurt, and I don't care whether it's really for me or not. I have the feeling they're not even in love with this person, right? It's for them, it's all about ego, and they want your rep. They want your rep, they want your work, they want your identity, they want people at work to hate you. It's just a lot of bullshit is what it is. It's a lot of fucking bullshit. It's a lot of bullshit. Where are things headed? Like, what's gonna be this? What's to come for this devil? This third party that really did a number on things here. They created a lot of illusion. They're in very toxic behavior. Surrender to fate. Keep your energy cleansed through like use of sacred plants. Climb the burning ladder. Keep going. You've got no way out but through at this point, but you're strong enough. That's what the first angels and demons part of the reading said. You did the inner work to alchemize your own inner masculine and feminine. This could be like a twin flame journey with a karmic third party. And rather than get tripped up in some type of karmic competition, you were like, well, I'm a spiritualist, so that's not my jam. I don't do that. So you went within and did your inner work. You're almost there, but you have to keep climbing this burning ladder and surrendering to something greater, which is said also, you've got a spirit team helping you here. You can use plants to help you get through it. Do you have something to, what do you have on the horizon, it said that justice is coming in. This person's coming in to speak to you or to tell you they love you, offer you their cup of love. They're a King of Swords. They've been through, they may at one time have been a Knight of Wands, right? Karmic, again, this bitch is all up in the business. Childhood. Yeah, you healed childhood wounds by doing your inner sacred alchemy work, right? Climb the burning ladder of this karmic drama. You stay out of it as much as you need to, but you also may have to take some kind of moves like those people did to go out and kill Jaws. Like, I'm not saying that it's a violence is the answer. That's not what I'm talking about, but you may have to do what you have to do at some point rather than avoid. You might have to be like, look, get the fuck out, leave, get out of here, get away from me, right? You might have to take some kind of action in order to bring this karmic drama to a completion. Yeah, turn the fate of the relationship with the masculine over to fate. There's a reason why you still have hope. It's because you feel like they're your soulmate here. You've let go. You were like, I don't run around and chase this person and try to compete and get this karmic third party out of the situation. I go in and inside and heal my childhood wounds and do my own work, and I surrender my masculine. I let that masculine make their own choices about who they want to be with. I don't try to control their mind or play head games with them or do any of that, right? It's like, if you want to be there, that's where you want to be. Go there. You've made your point. You've made it clear. You don't want to be with me. Okay. I'm going to keep doing my healing journey, right? You turned it over to fate. And here you are, feminine, just cleansing your energy, using plants to help yourself. What are some good final messages for you about this whole situation? You're right on the right path. You're doing everything that you should be doing to deal with this in the right way. This karmic person is going down. They're going to be facing their karma. Because justice is coming in for you for having done the good healing work. You're going to have wealth, that's for sure. There were pentacles after pentacles in the layout. You're a King of Pentacles energy, getting a ton of pentacles in terms of your income. You planted all the right seeds for that with that Ace of Pentacles that we had. Now here comes your opportunity, the Ace of Wands that we pulled, right? You're doubtful and worried, though, because you might not trust this person anymore when they come forward to you. You might need to hear more from them about what happened or what's the story, right? What are some good final messages for you? You're about to get a leg up, so don't forget about your spirit team or other people that can help you, like it said at the very beginning. Be flexible, know when to pivot, and that might be in play here around climbing the burning ladder and dealing with this karmic energy, as you might have to pivot a couple times in order to deal astutely and wisely with the problem at hand. There's new life coming. Let go. You let go of how or what form it's going to take. This is going to be part of the advice, is to surrender the need to control it. It's coming regardless. The more you try to control it, the more you're going to slow it down, is what I'm picking up. And then going by the book here, although that came in the reverse, so let's just read these descriptors before we wrap up. Card 34, card 34. Relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to feel vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind. Ask and it is given. So that's really good. The help is coming for you because of this work that you've been doing. That's going to be another step in your own growth, is to understand that it's okay to ask for help. Climb the burning ladder and flexible, card 19. In every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you've met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made the choice. And to me, the flexibility is in how you're going to deal with this karmic situation. So it's just going to really benefit you to be willing to be in flow and fluid and flexible and trusting something greater than yourself to guide you through this time. All right. Not trying to control the karmic situation or control how the masculine deals with the karmic. You didn't. You already left that and said, go be with her then. That's fine, right? You must turn this over to fate and new life. Card 39 in the reverse. You must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit you may not know something. You're at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all and don't try to rush the learning process. New life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. That's what I was talking about. Just deal with the present things right in front of you. Surrender the outcome. That's the way to the soulmate, right? Is to let go of control, realize that something bigger is going on. It's okay that you don't know. You're in the very beginning of the surrender process, right? And then here you are. Finally, here's the final advice for you, feminine. Card 11 by the book. Now is the time for a real change in consciousness as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It's not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It may be time for you to say no to the way of your group, take a stand, and make real changes. It could be that the structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. This is a time for transformation, so let go of the fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There is no turning back now. Trust that the light will dawn. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. So you're right where you need to be, is what I'm picking up. That any doubts you're having is because of seeds of doubt that this person created, but they're not based in any truth that you can't handle whatever this is. You can, and you are, and you have been. So it's almost like you just need to loosen your grip and know that this is all flowing to you, and all you need to do is be willing to be fluid and flexible. Ask for help when you need to. Help is coming regardless. And trust your spirit team and your higher power to help guide you through this. But it means also doing things differently than you've ever done them before. My sense is that you know that. It's just hard to let go. It's hard to let go. You love this person. You want to be with them. So I can see that it's taken everything you have to continue to let go of them, especially when you know someone's with someone that's not right for them or something, right? It's hard to know that. And it's hard to know, like, you chose this person over me and they're not even good for you, right? Or they're not even half of me, right? Or something like that. So, but it doesn't matter. Just let go, because this is all unfolding the way it's supposed to. You're right where you're supposed to be is what I keep picking up. So I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. And check out live layouts if you get a chance. I think they're a lot of fun.